Namaste. Welcome to Awake and Restore, a class where we will do some exercises to build up some flow in the body, but very gentle, and open today the tissues around the joints, and then go into more restorative practice. And for the restorative practice, I already built my little station, as I like to call it. But if you don't have all these props, don't worry. If you have a few pillows that later on you can use for this, then you will be fully fine. Yeah? So I will give you options later on. So for today, we're gonna start standing up. So come standing with me. Find your feet comfortable underneath your own body. So you don't have to line up in any yoga stand. So where you feel that you can ground yourself and can be comfortable in your stand. And that is different for everyone. Then bring your weight from left to right. Just feel, maybe even lifting the soles of the feet a little bit. Wiggle your toes. Yeah. And then place the feet if you think, okay, here I'm fine. Wiggle a little bit through the rest of the body to the crown of the head. Feel how the body is. And then gently close your eyes and let your hands rest on your lower belly. While standing here, check your body from the soles of your feet up to the crown of your head. If you're holding any unnecessary tension somewhere. Yeah, can the knees be a little bit softer? Can the shoulders be a little bit softer? Are you gripping with your toes in the mat? See if it can all be a little bit softer. And you can still stand there, even if the body just gently sways itself, it's fine. So that means we're taking out major muscle engagement, and the body is trying to find its own way to its center. Now when we're here, closing the eyes softly, feeling your hands resting on your lower belly, and start to invite the breath deeper through the nostrils towards the belly, and exhaling out. Inhaling, feel how you rise from the earth up to the sky, softly lengthening in the body. And on the exhale, sinking towards the earth without losing that soft length. One more deep inhale. Exhale. And then let your breath flow as it flows. Setting intention for your own practice, which can be anything. Something that will help you in this upcoming hour to stay present. Or something you really feel you need. You can tell yourself if you need softness, or focus, or something else, another quality that can serve you. Or you might have your own Sankalpa. Just remind yourself before your practice. Let's do together one more deep inhale and an audible exhale. Opening the eyes. Let's bringing the hands softly forward. We're gonna move all the joints in the body to create some juiciness around it so the tissues don't stiffen up around it. So working on the joint flexibility and mobility. And we start with the fingers. Just simply extending and flexing the fingers, so opening the hands and closing the hands. And for the rest, you see the rest of my arms are relaxed, my elbows are not tensed, my shoulders are not tensed. Even my wrists are trying to be soft. And then looking at what you're doing will help to be present. And we can go a little bit faster. Faster, faster. When you start to feel it in the rest of your arms. Can you go a little bit faster? Yay. And a little bit slower. And let the hands rest. Just give it a moment to feel what just happened, how it already moved a lot of the energy just by flexing and extending your fingers. Now bringing the arms up again, gentle in the shoulders, gentle in your elbows. Bring your thumbs inside and then rolling through the wrist. Try to make the movement mostly from your wrist, so not from your shoulders or anywhere else, and focusing on how your wrists are moving. And when you're going now one way, you go the other way. And let them come to a stand, and then having the hand palms up and down. This is what we can do on our breath. So let's do inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. While you're still watching the movement. Go on your own flow of your breath. Let's do one more. And let go. Taking a little pause again to feel what just happened, what is changing. And then rising the arms up again, now with the hand palms up. And a simple movement of the elbow. Bring the hands to the shoulders and back. Shoulders and back. And combining this, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, hands to the shoulders. Exhaling, bring them back. And then flow on your breath. So the movement is as long as your breath is. And then the next time you land with your hands on your shoulders, you stay there. Bring the shoulders down and forward together. And then on the inhalation, bring them up and exhale them out and down. Inhaling up and exhaling. One more, inhaling up, exhaling down. When you come down, going the other way. Inhaling, rising the elbows up, exhaling, bring them forwards. Two more. Last one. And bring the whole arms back alongside the body. Now we work the joints from the shoulders to the fingers. Just take a moment to perceive all these little exercises we did. Now from here we're going down to our other 10 fingers, our toes. So very simply bringing the toes in the mat and then the other way. Alternating between flexing and extending in the toes. So we can only do one foot at a time here. Well, maybe you can do two, but I'm not a ballet dancer, so we do one. While the rest of the body is relaxed. And then having the toes in the mat, circle a little bit more over them, which is bringing also right away some movement in the hip joint. And coming back. Now going to the other 5 toes. Just work in your own pace. You can look at your toes to focus your mind. It also creates a little bit of stability standing here. Be mindful with all the movements you do. And coming back, circling over the toes. Just find a way to do so for yourself. Bringing already some rotation in the hip joint. And then coming back. Placing the feet now together so the knees can come together and the hands above the knees. Yeah, make sure you're not cramping up in your shoulders while you do this. You can even have your elbows relaxed. Making this movement, this circular movement that is good for the ankles. Trying to keep both feet in the mat. Also working on the knee joints. And we're actually already working on our spine as well. And going the other way. And coming back to center. Coming back up standing. Now this is a bit of a balancing challenge, what we're going to do now. So we're going to bring all the way to the left foot. And if you have a wall or a chair next to you, then you can always use to balance yourself. Or you place one hand in your waist. I'm trying to find my way here with my little device. And then it is the right leg coming up. And start to circle from the hip joints. Now keeping that left toe really grounded in the mat. So you have stability on your left while you're moving your right. We're moving the knee out. Circling from the center out. And then eventually the other way, circling in. Keeping a steady focus also for the mind by looking somewhere. Bringing rotation in the hip joints, warming up the tissues there. And coming back. Well done. Now going to the other side, so the weight goes more to the right. Having either your chair or your wall or anything that gives you support. Or you bring your hand to your waist and start to circle in the hip joints. Bring the knee outwards. Keeping that right toe grounded in the mat. And make sure you keep breathing as well. Going the other way. Whoops. Let's do 2 more. And bringing the foot back to the mat. Now give your legs a little shake. So we went from the toes to the ankles to the knees to the hips. Now we're going more towards the spine. So first, let's give it a tiny awareness phase for the whole body. Closing the eyes. You're welcome to have your hands on your belly. Feeling how the body is in this moment. Now we went through all these joints, waking them up, giving them space. And placing your hands on your waist. And start to circle from the waist without having the head moving. So you can imagine that there's a string from the head to the sky, so the head stays where it is, and it's purely circling from the pelvis. A little bit of salsa dancing here. Making now the connection between the hip joint, the pelvis area, the spine. And going the other way. With all these little movements and friction we are creating in the tissues, the connective tissue that is holding everything together will become a little bit more juicy, and everything that's stuck will melt away, and we find more freedom into our body. Now coming back to your center. From here we go all the way up to the shoulder, neck and head area by just very simply bringing the chin to the chest, and from there rolling the head, as we call it. Be mindful we're going backwards. And here, take your breath with it. So inhaling when you rise the head up and back, and exhaling when you come back to your starting point. One more go. This way. And then going the other way. And eventually finding your chin to your chest. And having your eyes open, looking at your toes where we were before. And then let your gaze come over your whole body with appreciation. This is your body. Yes, we just went through almost all the joints in the body. Appreciating the body and bring the hands in front of the heart. And from there, inhaling, rising softly. And on an exhale, just rounding ourselves back. Now rounding the spine, coming to a forward dangling position. Having the knees slightly bent. And feel how all the tissues are pulling on the back of your body, from your heels, over your legs, along your spine, to your head, to the fingers, to the floor. You can grab your elbows, sway a little bit from left to right, bringing some movement in the spinal joints and all the tissues around it. And just let the upper body be heavy. Try not to hold anything. And if it becomes too much of a stretch on the back, then bend the knees a little bit more. So you can really work with the tissues and the spine. Eventually coming back to the center. Then bring your hands towards your knees and let them help you to roll back up again. Being mindful if you feel dizzy, have your eyes open. And give yourself again a few moments to perceive what this practice is bringing you. Making sure you root yourself through your feet so you feel grounded. You're always welcome to bring your hands to your belly to connect to your breath, which will ground you as well. Good. So we created now a little bit more mobility in all the joints, yes, warming up the tissues around it. And this is preparing us to practice a little bit of resilience today. And resilience is this fact of, okay, how much challenge can you comfortably cope with, and then easily bounce back as well from there. So when a challenge is coming, how do you cope with it? How is the mind responding? But also, how is the body responding? Maybe by cramping up or not when a challenge comes to you. How can we stay comfortable and soft there and actually bouncing back to our center and really stay in the present moment? So resilience, something like this, and being flexible in that way when challenges or obstacles are arising, we can actually practice to working with our nervous system, and for that we work through the body with the mind. So this is a practice we can do together. The pose we're going to use for that is called Jiva Balasana, life force pose. And it's a challenging pose. And then I'm going to challenge you as well to stay in that pose for a few minutes. But I will guide you in there. So it's like in a yoga nidra as well. You just follow the voice. And you just direct your mind to where the voice is directing you. And you can imagine that place, or you can feel that place in the body. So when the mind stays focused, it has no room to go into that challenge, to respond with all kinds of thoughts to what is arising to you, because the pose by itself can be challenging. But we can bounce back to the center and stay present. So I show you the pose, and then we take it from there together. So the pose is with a little bit of a wider stance, but not too wide, but still comfortable for yourself. And there where you can flex the knees, like you come and sit, but not fully sit, because this is going to be a very hard challenge, but a little bit, yes? So your knees definitely not going over your toes if you look at them. Then making sure that you're not hollowing the back, but you stay neutral there. And then this is the lower body challenge. Then we have an upper body challenge also, which is with the arms. So this is from the hips to the toes, then from the shoulders to the fingers. It's like holding this big ball. You can imagine holding this big ball where you, maybe a skippy ball or a ball of energy or anything that works for you. Yes, you can give the ball a color, a shape, something beautiful that you're holding here. You're not holding like this, you're holding softly. Yeah, soft and gentle. Good. Now the face is just forwards. The eyes can be closed. It's easier to go inwards. Yeah? So taking your position. Take your position, ground yourself through your feet, and let me guide you through your resilience practice of Jiva Balasana. Yes? Anytime it becomes too much for the shoulders, you just bring the arms a little bit lower. You want more, you hold your ball like this. Yeah, this is even more challenge. I'm guiding you through here because we're going to do a nice breath exercise with it. Good. Now finding your stance. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, if this is really difficult for you, you find the wall with your buttocks so you have something to lean on. Good. Or even on a chair if you want to. Great. All right, here we go. Starting with picking up our breaths. Let's start with the hands on the belly actually. Picking up your breath. Exhale. And keep on taking 2 more of these breaths. And now during your practice, anytime there's a big challenge, you prolong your exhalation. Yes, it's calming the nervous system. Now bringing the arms up. Closing the eyes if you're comfortable with that, or have your gaze inward. Keep on breathing. And then focusing your mind in the soles of your feet. Feel how you're standing, how you're grounding and connected to the earth. Then focus your mind in your ankles, how they connect your foot to your legs. And focus your mind in your knees that are slightly bent and giving you a little bit of challenge for your upper legs. And focus your mind in your hips, there where all the weight from the upper body goes into the legs, down to the earth. Now breathe into the whole body. Exhale. Now bring the focus to your soft belly, how it is inviting every breath in and out. And from there to the back of the belly, to the lower back. And walking your focus up over the spine to your shoulders. And from your shoulders, focusing your chest. Feel how the connection goes from the chest into the arms. Focusing in the shoulder joints, have them soft and heavy towards the earth. And bringing your focus in your elbows. Feel your elbows bend, helping to hold the arms up. Bringing the focus towards your wrists, and then to all your 10 fingers. Take a good deep breath in. Exhale, you're doing amazing. If you need to lower the arms a little bit or hold your bowl differently, please do so. Now we're gonna play with the breath in this exercise and keeping your focus on the flow of the breath. Now your next inhale, it's coming through your left fingers into your arm to your heart space. Inhaling through the left to your heart space. Exhaling from the heart space through the right towards your right fingers. And then your breath is going from your right fingers into the left again. Inhaling from your left fingers through the arm. Imagine towards your heart space. Exhaling from the heart space to the left fingers. Feel how your breath is circling around. Inhaling from the left to the heart. Exhaling to the right. Keeping your mind focused in the flow of the breath, circulating it around. Keep on going, and anytime you feel that it becomes a challenge, then exhale fully. Prolonged exhalation, giving this sign to your nervous system. You can do this. This will all be over in a minute or so. All be good. Just relax in there. Circling the breath from left fingers to the heart, from the heart to the right fingers. Holding your bowl gently. One more round wherever you are. And then letting go of the arms. Just feel that wave of relief. Then lengthening the legs. Oh. You made it. You practiced your resilience and you made it. You've been standing like this for over 5 minutes. just stay where you are. Give yourself a few good moments to perceive this practice. Feeling what it's doing to the body, to the mind, to your heart. Yeah, and since I don't have you in front of me, I'm very curious what this practice has been doing to you. So you're always welcome to leave a comment, yes, underneath the video later. But now let's move from here, shake the body out, yeah? Any tension you might have built up in this practice, just shake it out before we go to the floor. Good. So going to our station, and as I said, you don't have to use so many props, you can do with less as well, but I'm just gonna show it to you the full restorative way, and then you find your own way. So restorative yoga means that we actually don't want to do anything. We don't want to stretch, we don't want to hold any tension, we don't want to engage the muscles. Yes, to go into the pose and to go out to the pose, we need it, but we don't want to sink deeper into our connective tissue either, like we do in yin yoga, where we find this comfortable phase, and then from comfortable we actually go to a little bit uncomfortable. In restorative, we want to keep it fully comfortable. So also, that's why we use so many props, so the body doesn't go so deep. And this by itself is a challenge, because you might be used to stretch your body, or to feel sensations, or to engage the muscles, yes, to contract. This is asking you to fully let go, and then to stay on that comfortable level. So we're going to a Balasana, to child pose, yes? And for that I'm gonna use this station. And for me the ankle stretch is fine, but if you need anything underneath here, please do so. And the same is for underneath your buttocks. If you have a big gap there, then it's nice to fill it up with some pillows if you can. And then you find how wide your knees need to go without you stretching too much, yeah? Coming from comfortability, eventually, finding your position somewhere where your arms can fully rest, that you're not holding yourself up, where your hands can relax, where your face can relax. This is gonna be the pose for the next 5 minutes or so. So as we always do in yin as well, taking the first minute to feel, how is everything? Do you need more? Set up your station, adjust yourself to it. And then eventually there's not much to do than just to be here. And then there's all this nice guidance of your breath to stay focused in the present moment, to stay comfortable in the body, to give your mind some peace. How lucky am I that I can practice this with you? Using your exhales when it's still not comfortable enough to let go of any unnecessary tension. We're reminding ourselves that we're not doing this to build up any positive stress like we do in yin, But we want to stay in this in-between, like comfortable, not stretching, comfortable, not contracting, just comfortable and relaxing. And you find after these first minutes that something is not comfortable, then please adjust. And then there's not much more to do than to stay present. Present with everything that is arising from here. And treating that with a gentle breath. Then after a few minutes you might feel that the body is really giving up. So it starts to understand that you're not going anywhere, that you're going to stay here in this position, and this is what it is for this moment. So better be comfortable where you are, and let go of any wants to change or to move. And when this is a challenge, then come back to what we did in Jiva Balasana. Maybe scan your body, give your mind something to do, or circulate your breath through your arms. It is still possible. You can still imaginary hold this ball while you're in Balasana, in this child pose position. Give your mind a task, a focus, so it becomes easier to be here and not being distracted. So we have another minute or so in this position. If you feel that you've been sinking too deep, then I invite you already to back out a little bit. To come back to this state in between deep and stretching, just being comfortable, relaxing, not doing anything. Observing how the body is responding. or gently melting into your pose. Let's take at least one conscious breath while you're still in the posture. So you really bring the mind back into the body. Then moving the head back to the center, let your hands help you to gently bring you back and off the floor or off your station. Bring the weight more up. Just go slowly, slowly. And then eventually bring the legs forward. Ooh. Bring your hands behind you. Or coming on your underarms, I'll leave that up to you, whatever is the most relaxing for you. I'll give it a minute or so here. Just let the legs fully restore. And then it's just turning ourselves around back to the station. But this time, instead of bringing our front body towards this, we're gonna bring the back body towards this. Now sitting at the beginning, and then depending on your body now, yes? So we're going to reclined butterfly position. So I'm going to explain it from here. So if you are very easily bring this down to the floor, you might go into a stretch. So I encourage you to bring something underneath the knees. So you're finding this in between, not your full capacity, not all the way up, because then you have to start to engage the muscle to actually stay in that position, because this is not the normal rotation you have in your joint, but to prop up there halfway, yeah? With that you can use books, or you can use rolled up blankets or pillows or anything else. And it is also depending how far and where you bring the feet. So I need quite a bit here, because that is just me. Up. To be there. To be in that halfway comfortable position. And then eventually sliding the spine over the little bridge you built. And making sure to tilt the pelvis a little bit, so you're not hollowing the spine too much. And bringing the arms alongside the body. Reclined butterfly pose. And this pose is here to relax into. So not to emphasize too much on the opening of the hips, but to relax into the opening of the hips. Not to bring more stretch. It's emphasizing a little bit the opening of the front body, but to relax into that opening, also in the chest and the shoulders, the arms, the fingers softly curled up. No holding of anything. Using the first stage to feel into and to observe how the body is here. Or if you have to adjust anything, And then inviting your breath into your practice, taking 3 deep in and exhalations. Letting go and surrender into the pose on the exhales. And you also want to remind yourself of the intention for your practice. This is the last posture we're gonna practice. Apart from the breath, invite your own intention in also. And stay present in this comfortability where the body can restore. Where the mind can find peace and quiet in every breath. Where you don't have to do anything than just be present. If anything is uncomfortable for you, adjust. Adjust your body, adjust your mind, adjust. How amazing is it that we can allow ourselves to be here now? To allow ourselves to be in this present moment. Allow ourselves to fully breathe and just be. In this time of fully breathing and just being, in this space where the body can relax and restore from any previous experiences or challenges, we're creating space. And in this space, it is not unlikely that new challenges arise. old memories pop up. Certain feelings or emotions are finding the surface. Just coming back to the practice of just breathing and being, observing, restoring. Everything will find its way without our mind having to interfere, to respond, to direct. Just be with it and let the body and the mind do its own restoring by itself in the moment. Just breathe and be. This little bell bringing us back to the other reality, into this space. Just be gentle with yourself, don't move right away, just invite a deeper breath in. With that, the body will expand and contract. When we start to move, it's the fingers. Bring some movement there. And then eventually let the hands come to the knees so you can help your knees up to find the soles of the feet in the floor. The knees together, the feet a little bit wider, so everything can rest and find support. And from here we're going to find our Savasana just step by step, not interrupting the process too much. Just bring your nose to one side, and the way the nose is going, the rest of the body is following. Just rolling yourself off your station, finding some comfortability on one side, and then finding space to put your body in Savasana. If you need any props for this, please take them. Maybe something underneath your knees to soften the spine, something underneath your head. I'm inviting you to bring your left hand to your lower belly, your right hand to your chest for the start of your Savasana. Just feel the breath flowing underneath your hands. Just feel into anything that is arising into these two power centers, your heart, your belly center. It's really being present. And then welcoming you to stay here or to bring the arms alongside the body. I'll leave that up to you. Adjusting anything in the body that is not comfortable for your final relaxation practice. And Savasana is the same practice of staying present. Staying present with your breath, staying present with your body, staying present with anything that is arising. Making sure that the full body is soft and comfortable and relaxed towards the earth. Taking out any tension that you might be noticing. Any tension also that is unnecessarily in your face. Creating some space in between the lips, some space in the mouth for the tongue to rest. Taking away any tension in the jaw, having the whole space of the mouth, the lips and the jaw relaxed. Relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your nostrils, relaxing your ears, relaxing your forehead, letting go of any wrinkles in the forehead, letting go of any tension in between your eyebrows, just softening up everything around the eyes. Just experiencing your eyelids as soft blankets over your eyeballs. Now the eyeballs can sink into their sockets. Just relax. Fully resting and even more restoring after this practice. I'm gonna close for us the practice here together, but welcoming you to stay where you are, to stay in your Savasana mindfully a little bit longer, and also to keep this gentle energy, this relaxing energy with you when you step off your mat. But for now, the invitation is to stay, but to remind yourself of your intention. To keep reminding yourself of your breath so you stay present and flow from moment to moment. Enjoying this final relaxation I'm expressing your gratitude towards you for practicing together. Namaste for everything you gave. Thank you for being here together, for exploring this practice of awake and restore. And enjoy the rest of your Savasana.